In today's video, I'm going to build 2 raised beds, show you how I fill them, and then how I planted my veggies. Stay tuned. So let's start out with what I'm going to plant today. I have some bell peppers. Here is Big Bertha that I'm going to be planting, along with some French marigolds. I'm going to have some some yellow bell peppers, some sweet banana peppers, here I have a tomato plant, the big beef. I also have some onions that I'm going to be planting as well. And then I have some potatoes, some russet potatoes that I'm going to be planting to stick around. So here I ordered off of Temu 2 raised beds in this green color, sort of like a sage green. And in each box, you'll have these panels. You have everything you need in order to build it. All the equipment, tools you need to build it. It's really simple. It didn't take long to do. Once you do the first one, the second one came pretty easy. So what you get is you get 6 flat panels. So 3 on one side, it'll be 3 on the other. I found that putting the panels together and then putting this together, you have 4 of the curved panels. So I put the 4 panels together, and all you're doing at that point is once you do the 3 panels, connect them, and you already got your 4 panels connected, you just add the 2 together. And I'm gonna do the same thing with that side and we'll be done. Okay, so here is the finished product. And it actually came with this black thing to put on the top to cover, so when you're leaning over the bed, it's not going to cut you. So I put that on, and it fit. I mean, it had a little bit left over, and I just cut it and let it fit right on in there. So this is it. The size, again, I stated is, it is 6 feet long, 3 feet across, and then 1 foot off the ground. So that is that. I'm trying to give you a good look at it. And I have 2 of those. So once I decided where I wanted to place my raised beds, I went ahead and I actually put landscaping down fabric. And then what I did was I added some hay, and then I added soil. I don't have any trees around my house, so I didn't have any branches to put, so I used what I had. So here, I think it took me about 14 of these bags to fill this up, and I did it for both of the raised beds. So with these, I had to crumble them up to make sure I got rid of it. I wanted everything to be loose. I also added some worm casting in here as well, so that I can fertilize my my garden beds. So this is new for me. This is my first time doing it in a raised bed, not my first time gardening. I usually do them in tubs or in buckets or pots. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. Once I make sure everything is irrigated and there is enough airflow going into the soil, I went ahead and watered the soil. And then the next day, I went back and I planted my vegetables. So now I'm planting the vegetables, placing them in, trying to make sure I have good spacing. And this was a very windy day. It was pretty out. Had my music playing in the background. So yeah, to me, gardening is therapeutic. That's just me. So yes, I didn't have any type of plan of how I was going to place these other than spacing and making sure I'm putting things that can go together near each other. So I hope this video inspired you to start your own raised garden. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So once I got everything planted, I went ahead and I watered them very good to ensure that they get enough water to start their root process. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So how I filled my bed was I had a few logs that I had, not too many, a couple branches, put those at the bottom. Oh, let's back up. First I did landscape fabric underneath to keep the weeds down. Then I put a few logs and branches, and then I filled the next section with straw. And then I used a total of about 15 bags of these topsoil that filled this up. So that's one bed, and I did the same to the other bed. So here I am filling the So here you'll see me still kind of breaking up big clumps. I want to make sure that I move things around and loosen up that dirt so that when I go to planting, it'll be able to, the roots will be able to grow and be able to move around and get the oxygen and the water and everything that they need. And just like in life, when you're going through stuff, God sometimes have to break your heart. Sometimes the heart is a little hardened, or life just hits us so hard. And sometimes we have to process our feelings, process our anger, process the situation that we found ourselves in, loosening up that ground, our heart, so that we can have enough room for God's love and his word to grab hold to, the roots to grab hold in our heart, that we'll be able to be changed and live the life he called us out to live. I know for my situation, losing my husband, that was a lot. It was a shock. It wasn't something that was expected to happen anytime soon. But when I found out, it just shook my whole world. And I had to first go through my process of grieving and making sure that, we took care of everything needs to be taken care of as far as funeral arrangements, making sure everything was done. But then after that, because you kind of do that while you're numb. But then after that, I had to start allowing God to work on my heart, allow me to process my feelings, process my grief, which grief is always going to be there. That's not going to go away. I'm not going to give you no lie, tell you no story. It's going to be there, but you have to learn how to process it. Everybody is different. I talk mine out. I talk my process out. You find that person. But once you do that, you're able to then plant new, because I have to start my life from this point on in a different direction. Before we had plans of what we are going to do in life, and now it's just me. So then now I can't just give up and be like, oh, okay, he's gone, so I guess it's my turn. No, we are here on earth. That's one thing we need to understand. While we're here on earth, we are here for a purpose. And so my purpose never changed. It just went to a different path because now I'm on this journey again on my own. And so then how do I do that? So this is what I'm doing. I think gardening has always something I picked up in the last few years, and I've always enjoyed it. I just never really got all the way into it. I would plant a few things and it would grow, and I would even see the fruit, and I would get the vegetables, tomatoes, bell peppers. I always was able to grow those. Never had a problem with growing those. But now, me setting up these 2 raised gardens, planning, it's giving me time outside, giving me time to process what's going on with me in life. I enjoy this. To me, this is therapy. I want to be able to, it's hard work. I'm not going to tell you no lie. This is hard work, bending over in the sun. Get you some things that will make it easier. I do have like a knee rest I have, and I also have a small chair that has wheels that I move around on as I'm doing this. But by no means is this easy. But that's life, right? Like, if everything was easy, everybody have it made. So yeah, you go through life. Life knocks you down sometimes, change your direction. But you don't stop what God's plans have for you. You just move forward, and that's what I find myself doing. Here I have cucumbers that I put over to the left. I had 2 to 3 of those. Now I'm putting in some tomatoes. I also have different variety. I have beef tomatoes, beef steak tomatoes. I have Roma tomatoes. I even have some cherry tomatoes. I also have some banana peppers. So I have a different variety. I have that I'm putting in the ground that I'll be growing. And so here I am just planting them. Again, like I said, it's a very windy day. and the wind is blowing from the front of the house to the back, and I'm in the back of the house. So this is my backyard, and because I'm right behind my house, I'm not getting any of the wind right now. But when I walked outside past this part to my driveway, the wind blew my head off. That's how strong the wind was today. But yeah, I think I found the perfect place to put these raised beds. It's right next to my patio. So I'll be able to sit and enjoy and look at my garden and see how it's growing. Tend to it when I need to tend to it. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what God does to this heart, to this garden. And I'm definitely gonna put my hard work in. What it says, what faith without works is dead. I can have all the faith in the world that I'm having a nice garden, but I got to get out here and put that work in so that I can yield the fruit that I need and vegetables that I need from what I'm planting. So yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to see what I'm doing. If you have any tips for me, please, I'm open to them. I'm definitely doing a lot of research to make sure I'm doing what I need to do to help these vegetables grow. You can start to see the wind blowing now. But yeah, I'm just out here and I'm loving it. Guys, I'm loving it. I put my music on and have my earphones in, and I'm just listening to music and planting vegetables on this fine Sunday. So I'm really enjoying myself. So my plans for this is once I start to get fruit, my tomatoes, I'm planning on using those to make sauces. I'm going to chop a bunch of them up and put them in different dishes that I have. Bell peppers, I always use bell peppers and everything, so I'm going to definitely be freezing those. The cucumbers, I'm going to try to make pickles, so we'll see how that turn out. But I'm excited about that. You'll see me here. I'm starting to put the onions in. I have some onions that I'm going to put in. So yeah, with the banana peppers, I'm gonna try to pickle those as well. So I even had some jalapeno. I have a jalapeno plant. I'm gonna be using that. I have some basil that seeds that I put down. All different types of herbs that I'm gonna plant in here. Yes, you guys, it sound like I'm planning on having a lot of vegetables and fruits, and well, I'm not gonna say fruits. Well, tomato is a fruit. Okay, so I have big plans, right? But it all depends on what actually grows. And I'm not gonna whine, cry if I don't get a lot. It's okay. This is a learning curve. I'll see how things go, and as the years go on, I learn more from the year before and be able to yield more fruit, more vegetables. So in the meantime, I'm going to sit out here with my headphones on, listen to my neo soul, and enjoy. And I will be doing weekly updates so that we can see the process and see how they're growing. But yeah, I'm excited.